Hello and welcome to today's tarot reading. It's a new moon in Scorpio. It is thought to be by mystics and seers one of the most strongest times for intuition, introspection, and clarity. This fits quite nicely in with our first card, which is silver, lunar reflective chrome. Amidst its upper echelon status, silver shines eternally in second position. It is the lesser sibling, the one that's not quite there yet. A true alchemist does not resist this truth, but rather studies its subtle implications and its wisdom. Silver requires polishing, or the surface tarnishes over time. Mirrors require cleaning, or the image clouds and distorts. Whereas gold sustains its own malleable radiance, silver asks for our participation. We must work at it. Don't give up now. Silver wants to build relationships. Like the moon, a mirror, or a poem, let it reflect an image back. With an open heart and one more moment of willingness, the seemingly cold, stark surface of silver opens into the imaginal realm. What is there? Your own vastness. The mysteries that beckon you on moonlit nights. Through our daily devotion to silver, we find the truest gold. So I think this is a time of reflection and going within to seek any guidance from your guides or inner wisdom. You know, you're doing the inner work and your intuition is growing, but it takes dedication and practice to gain the wisdom you want to receive. So be patient. It takes time, but be still and quiet. I think that's going to really help you at this time. Nighttime also can be very powerful for receiving insights. The top card and the bottom card are black, and it looks like it's nighttime in both of them. And I think winter is a time of going within reflection. So with that being said, I'll read winter. Solace, the pause, the hermit. In alchemy, winter comes first. It is the beginning, the origin. As winter casts its blanket of stillness across the land, we naturally turn inward. The mind and heart settle into Earth's darkest season. From this place of quiet, a single flame reconnects us to the mystery of our existence and the miracle of the breath. Regardless of when this card appears, it indicates we are suspended in Mother Earth's pause. This is not the time for doing, going, or getting. The alchemist knows winter opens the portal to the divine. Magic is afoot, under the surface. In the glimmering snow and sparkling ice, we see winter's water in crystalline form, each droplet a prism into the mystic realm. Don't get caught up in the gloom or the isolation of the season. Rather, spin toward the sacred light. Spring will come in time. So this is crossing the theme. So, this pause and turning inward is a powerful time to connect to the divine, or your ancestors, your inner wisdom. I would say meditation and breath work and intention setting, should be something that we do daily, but it might be hard for you sometimes in the busyness of life. But in winter, it's an especially magical and potent time to do this work. So yeah, even at night, or with this new moon, it being so dark, I would say before you go to sleep, doing any, intention setting or going within or trying to connect with your guides and ancestors would be a really powerful time to do so. The next card we have is the desert. The drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disorientated, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert knowingly, you will someday rather reach water again. You can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveller. So I would say you are trying to find answers and direction, and this will come, but I'd say you need to let go, surrender, and just go deep within. Don't put a time constraint on your progress. This pressure you put on yourself doesn't speed up any manifestations that you may have. Clarity seems to come, to you when you stop, pause, and just trust. Try and find moments for silence and stillness, and all will be revealed as and when it's meant to. The next card we have is the Temple, the sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshipping? The phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. So, with this reading so far, being centered around, going within meditation and silence, it could be a really good time to create a sacred space in your home, or create a sacred space that you travel to in your meditations. You also may want to try being in nature, somewhere you feel is magical. For me, that is being at the ocean. Try and find the magic in the mundane. All tasks can be made real magical. Even when I get up in the morning and I make a cup of tea, I always light a candle, and light some incense, look outside, look at the birds, and just say things I'm grateful for to spirit. Um, you know, this can kind of, or even just charging and blessing your water before you drink it. Just things like this, like our life can be, feel monotonous and boring sometimes, but you can add little bits of, ritual to any of our daily practices just to make things feel a bit more magical. The next card we have is Spirit of Destruction. So I was called just to read a part of this book. When negative emotions plague us, they can ruin our contentment, damage our relationships, and undermine our sense of true self. Fear, guilt, resentment, anger, or jealousy, all of these can eat away at us spiritually, corroding our positive energy and locking us into negative patterns of thought. The spirit of destruction has the power to annihilate such negativity. It forces us to address disturbing truths about ourselves and acknowledge that no emotion can operate without our consent. Such healing violence brings an end to inner damage and the soothing sense of calm after a terrible storm. This is coming to an end now in the card position of 5, so it's in the past or about to end. I don't know about you, but I've been having a lot of just bad situations happen, and it feels like I'm being tested a lot just to try and bring me out of my balance. I don't know about any one of you. Let me know in the comments if you have been experiencing just one thing after another. I've had just like so many things happen all in the space of a week. It's been a bit crazy. But you may have been experiencing negative thoughts or having difficult experience happen to you. Our perspective of these experiences, can make these appear better or worse. And if we allow and learn from this, we can integrate these emotions, change our perspective to something different and more beneficial to our growth. We are learning more about ourselves. But I think these tests it feels like they're tests come up, I think, to kind of make sure you're still on the right track. So it's like you may have been having before this week some calmness, things may have been seemed going quite well, or may even seem boring, and then it's almost like these things just come to kind of knock you off center, just to make sure that you are learning the lessons. So yeah, be kind to yourself. This is beneficial that it's about to end now, or it's already ended for you. The next card we have is the future or beginning, and that is Valley of Love. So I would say you are moving from a place of darkness to a path of love. So act and live from a place of love. Do things your heart really wants to do, and be with people or be in places that make you feel fulfilled. Also, if you have been neglecting your own needs and desires, try and focus on some self-love. Do some things you love to do, whether that is, just doing your spiritual practices, having a bath, going for a walk, being with your friends, just anything that really makes you smile. I think that would be really good for you at this time. And the next card we have is you or your energy, and that is Peacekeeper. So with the negative or, difficult situations we may have been having, I would say you're moving now through any difficulties as you choose to view your life and your situation from a higher perspective. You are finding your inner peace and making choices now that align with your true nature. If there are any difficult people testing you at the moment, try and step back and respond from a place of love. By being at peace with yourself, it can help resolve any conflicts or negative situations. It's very easy to respond when we're being tested, to suddenly get angry or, shout or say something we may not mean. But just by being more still, and just taking a moment and a breath before you respond, and maybe, observing it as if you're a third party of like, how would they, how would you witness this yourself rather than just being caught up in it, I think can be quite helpful sometimes. So yeah, just if someone's like being loud or, shouting at you, it can be, a bit of a shock to them. But if you just don't react at all, or if you just take some time and then you react in a more quiet, place of love, basically, rather than anger, because I don't think that ever really helps. If someone's already angry with you and you're angry back, it may not help the situation. But I'd say you're being the peacekeeper at this time. So yeah, that is a good card, I would say. And the next card we have is Direction Guardian, Choose Your Path. And this is the future or beginning. So I'd say there may be a crossroads appearing, and there are choices you feel you need to make. Don't rush in with anything. Use your discernment and, connect with your intuition to go the way your heart feels is right. There is no wrong path, essentially. We all learn and grow from all of our choices. You know, do just do what makes you happy and what you feel that you love the most. There is quite a bit of, green in this card, so it is about the heart, same as the temple. With our unconscious thoughts, finding a place, that we want to, that makes us happy, that makes us feel fulfilled. So don't feel pressured, to pick a certain way to go. This isn't a time, if like this one of the other cards said, it's not a time for doing or being, it's a time for going within. So if there is something that you feel like you need to make a choice about, really go within, meditate, and really ruminate on it before you rush into anything. Don't rush. There is no rush unless it's like, oh, you need to make this decision by tomorrow. Most of us don't need to for certain things. So yeah, just take your time and just do what you feel lights you up the most. The next card we have is the Princess of Discs. This is a card, I would say, of, creating something new on the earthly plane. In this picture, she's actually pregnant. So this is one of the mother cards. So this could be that you're creating a family. It could be that you're creating a business or you have a new idea. The yin and yang is a symbol of balance, balancing our male and female aspects. So I'd say you're entering a new phase of your life, by doing the inner work, finding your peace and balance and doing what you love. You are now in alignment with your higher self, and you can create something beautiful that you can share with others. So yeah, I think that's a really, really beautiful card. The next one we have is Seraphim Gateway, Voice Activation, Angelic Attunement, and Divine Support. And this is our outcome. And I'd say you're receiving support always from Spirit, and you are here for a deeper purpose. You have a calling to make a difference to people's lives just by being who you are, authentically. This could involve using your voice. Your words have power, and you can heal others with your wisdom and your light. You may also feel like you have angelic support around you. Not everyone resonates with angels, but whether that's the divine spirit, universe, whatever you want to call it, um, I'd say that you're being heavily guided at the moment. So yeah, as this new moon is about connecting with our intuition, really try and take this time to have some stillness and silence every day. I think that's really going to help you. The angel number we have is 2424, good times. Leisure, rest, holiday, pleasure, love, affection, kindness, and happiness. You are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you'll find you're all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. And the pocket animal spirit we have is Panther, annihilation of the unnecessary purging. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. So I'd say the difficulties and destructive behaviours we've all been having or receiving have been part of the process for us to gain insights on what we need or don't need in our lives. Remember, you do have the power to change your life with your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So take time for yourself, but also connect with loved ones and just do things that make you happy at this time. But yeah, that's all for today. If you have any insights, any reflections, or anything that stood out to you in the cards, please share in the comments below. And until next time, thank you. Bye.